Welcome to a brief introduction to AuctionRPM. As we're looking at our main menu here, we see that we have our main menu buttons on the left-hand side and our sub-menu buttons across the top. Let's go ahead and show how we list an upcoming auction. Auctions on the left, the Preparation tab, and Schedule an Auction. Let's go ahead and click on New and change to Add Mode so we can start putting in our upcoming auction. I'm going to title this Mock Auction, and let's just say that it is here in Sonora, California. I can choose from the calendar my upcoming date, and I will make it for Saturday the 21st. Now I can save my auction here at the bottom, but I want to be a little bit more specific about some of the details. So I'll click on Details and add a tax. I'm going to choose from my list 8.25%, and now all of my auctions in the future will be having 8.25% sales tax applied to it. We have my approved payment types. I see here I have cash with the buyer's premium of 10%, and I can also add one more. I'm going to choose check, which also has a 10% buyer's premium. And I'll go ahead and save my auction now. Notice that it lists it down here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and put in some inventory for our upcoming auction as well. I'll click on the Inventory Master. We'll change this to Add Mode. And let's start with our first item. I'm going to go ahead and put in lamp. We see that it is under lighting because from this list I can choose lighting, or I can add a new one if I want to. I'll hit select, down here who the seller is, and I'm going to click on Joe Consigner. Now saving it puts it at the bottom and allows for a new record to be added. If I was done with the add process, I would just click done, but I do want to add more. Let's go ahead and add in another one, such as tractor, and we're going to change that category to yellow iron. This is also under the same seller, so I'm going to go ahead and save that. And how about one more? We'll go ahead and put in a Chevy Corvette, 1989. I'm going to change the category now to autos and select that. The same seller. And now I'm done putting in my items. We can just pretend that we have 300 items for this upcoming auction, but for now we have 3. I'll click on Done, say yes to my changes. Now let's go ahead and return to the main menu and go to Add Edit Lots. We can see the easy process here. I'm going to go ahead and select that upcoming auction. Use a keyboard shortcut here and just select all of my items at once, and with one button it transfers everything from that general inventory to this upcoming auction with lot numbers 1, 2, 3. If I have other items that I want to put into this auction, I could just do it right here with this button with the current available lot number. Let's go ahead and exit, and we're going to move now over to Day of Auction. Now that I'm in the Day of Auction screen, let's go ahead and register some of our buyers. I'll click on Bidder Registration. The auction is already selected. Let's take a look at our buyer list. We see a list of our buyers here. I'm going to go ahead and click on Dan Buyer. The bidder number area is set to 1 automatically. This right here says Print Bidder Card. If I wanted to check mark that box, each time I register a buyer, AuctionRPM will automatically print out their bidder sheets for those buyers. It shows the buyer's name, his bidder number, and your terms and conditions. Also in the screen, if you really want to speed things up, you can use a driver's license swiper. What you do is you take the driver's license, you swipe it through. The information that is held on that coded magnetic strip message gets planted right into the buyer field. All you have to do is swipe, type a phone number, and click on Register. Right now I'm going to click on Register to go ahead and put that buyer into our auction. And notice that the next available bidder number is 2. Let's go ahead and select one more buyer, and I'm going to choose Mike Smith. We'll click on Register and register that buyer. So we got 2 buyers in this upcoming auction. Now let's go over to Pre-Lotted Auction Bid Entry. And we have our 3 items, or 300 or 3,000 items. Could be a good auction. Let's go to lot number 1. We'll type it in, tab over, the quantity. The bid amount for this lamp is going to be $100. Just 100, it does the rest for you. Bidder number 1, punch this in and hit enter. Now notice that that information got put up here in the grid and defaults back down here to lot number 2. This is the clerking screen, friends. Tab over, one tractor, tab over again. It is an $8,000 tractor and bidder number 2. We'll go ahead and hit enter. And now lot number 3. So you can see how fast this clerking screen is. Lot number 3, one Corvette, $6,000 for bidder number 1. Now as this clerking screen is continuing throughout the auction, another computer providing its link to the same database can go ahead and check out those buyers, because the information that you see here will show up on the other computer. Let's go ahead and see how that's done. Now I'm going to go over to accounting and create an invoice. We'll let that load up. And I'm going to go ahead and punch in buyer number 1, and that shows what he won. Looks like he got the lamp and the Chevy Corvette. So I'm going to go ahead and process his invoice. And we have a tax code of 8.25% that was applied. Also a buyer's premium of cash, 10%. You can go ahead and pay with cash. Everything looks right here. I will proceed. Balance due is 0. Finalize the invoice. And here is the invoice. We look at the bottom and you see all of his totals right here. Well, friends, that is AuctionRPM. And before we leave, I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple other things here. Reports, we have 225 reports. If I click on all reports here, I'm going to punch in report number 81. This is a very commonly used report here, auction analysis and summary. This gives an overall view of your grand totals that you took in during the auction. And I can drag that up to my reports, and we can see that it's listed here. There's also report number 33, consignment fees due. That is what the sellers owe you. So this is just a library or a list of your most commonly used reports. Going back to the main menu here, if I went to Tools, Advanced, Import Data, a common asked question is, can I import my entire buyer list from my old software or my current program? Yes, you can. Right here, also import all of your consigners and all of your inventory that's going to be in that upcoming auction. When you close out of AuctionRPM, it does ask you if you wish to back up all of your auction data, and you can onto a flash drive, another computer, or onto a CD. These buttons down here, they could be used as your most common or most favorite used buttons. That way you're not jumping all through the program. You could just click on here and to schedule an auction, or you can go here to your inventory and so forth. Well, that is AuctionRPM, friends, and how it is used. Our auction software has been proven to cut labor costs by 80% and designed to maximize profits while making you money and saving you money. Please call our offices at 209-588-1232 for a more extended tour or any questions you may have. Thank you for watching.